This is group number 1, and we are doing the talent assignment 2. So in my group, there are 3 people. One is Aavash K C, other is Hetvi, and this is me, Rahul Pandey. So here I will discuss first 4 questions, and next 4 questions will be discussed by Hetvi, and the rest will be discussed by Aavash K C. So the first question is, yeah, first question is create an ETL job to read the data of employees. So basically, to read the data, we will use the tool. Like, can you go to the, yeah? First, we will uh, get the data like file name and stream from our respected folders. Then we will use one operator name is file input delimited, and then we will map it to the using tmap. Then we'll map it to the t db output. Now you can run it. So yeah, it's run. So we can read our CSV file to SQL. And then when you open to, yeah. So here you can see the database employee and all the columns. Now we jump on to the second question. So second question is create an ETL job to read data of COVID-19 datasets. This will have the same process. So we will use operator 5 will input delimited and tmap and db output, and after running it, it will be open in SQL. Yeah. Now question 3 is create an ETL job to read an JSON file. So jump to the talent, please. Yeah. Yeah. Now here we will use the operator. Firstly, we will show our data path. Then we will use the operator t file input JSON. Then we will map it to tmap operator. Then we'll map it to the t file output ms delimited. And after running it, we can we have successfully converted the JSON file into CSV. So now we can read it in our CSV format. Here it is. Now jump on to the question 4. The same thing we are doing again, the creating a ETL job to read the XML file and store it into Excel. So now we are basically converting XML file into Excel. So again, we are showing that using the data path and using one operator, file input XML, and transferring it to tmap and transferring it to the T file output Excel. After running it, you can get the Excel sheet in the respected folders. Yeah, now here is the result. Thank you, Professor. To you, Hetvi.
Thank you, Rahul. So for the fifth one, we are creating a ETL job and we are reading the data and from SQL and converting it into Excel file. So now in the talent, we will do it in a TB input and then we'll use a map and then the output will be in file output Excel. And if we'll run it, mm, it will show it in the Excel. And now it's been converted into the Excel format. And here is our data. And for here is our data. So now for the sixth question, it's to convert the three different files like department, address, and ID, and to convert it into the employee column. So here, like, these are the three different rows. That if first one is the ID, then it's department, and then the address. Then we are using the T map. It's the address. So if we are using a T map, and then we will convert it into the one column that is employee. Here you go. Here it is. So if we'll run it, and here is our output. Yeah, so three columns are combined together. And moving forward to the seventh one. Okay, so for the seventh question, it's to combine the two columns, that is for the product and the order, and we need to combine it through the product ID. So as for that, we are combining two columns, that is product and the order, from through a T map, and the output will be here. So we are combining two columns over there with a product ID as a common column. And here we can see that at the end. Okay, so for the output, if we'll run it, okay. So here is our output. That is, we can see it in an MSQL, and these are all the columns. And if we'll move forward to the eighth question, there are like basically 2 to 3 questions in the just the one question. We'll convert like three, we'll put it as a 3 salaries. Okay, I'll show it from here only. Then if the salary is less than 250,000, then it will be the low salary. And if the salary is greater than 250,000 and less than 500,000, then it will be a medium salary. And if it will be higher from the 500,000, then it will be the high salary. And as for the next thing, also gender, if it's denoted as M, then it's a male, and if it's denoted by a female, then it's a S. Then there we have used the if statement. And if we'll run this, we'll get our output. Yeah, here. So for the high range, low range, and the middle range, we'll get all the columns defining as age, gender, and department. Okay, so I'll pass it to Aavash now. Thank you.
So hello, professor. So I'll be going to rest of the questions. So first, our ETL job to see if a file exists or not, and see if the file exists. So I've used the file exists to do that, and if connectors. So if the file exists is boolean true, then it will go through. It will go to true, and it will take the file and go to give the output in the database. Otherwise, it will just die. So for our next question, so look, I haven't run it first. So let's run it. So if you run it, you see as you can see, if the file doesn't exist, then it will die. So let me just make the correction and run it again. So if the file exists, then it will go through the rest of the components and the file will be inputted and the output will be given in the TDB output inside the employee table. So for the next question, we have the ETL job to archive all files to zip. So to achieve the archive files, so first I have gone to T file list to go through the folder, and I have iterated through every file, and if it's present, then I have just sent it to the archive where it's zipping all those files. So if I run it, yeah, it's finished. So let's go to the location of the zip. So it's here. You can see the archive is present now. So this is the archive that's created using all the. Now for our next question, we have the details of to create or to save the loop, to use loop to save the number from 101 to 105 and send it into a file. So for that, let's just go through declare numbers. So first I have sent the loop from 100 to 105, and by step of one, after iterating through the Java file where where it's getting the current loop value, and it's giving the current loop value to tmap, which is then being sent to t output delimited, and the append is true. So if I run this file, I'll get the loop out. So it serves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have run it like 3 times, so it's going 3 times. It's adding those numbers 3 times for each run. So for our next question is creating an ETL job for financial data sample XLS and sorted using units sold and sales price. So for that, I have taken the file as the input Excel, then I have gone through T sort row, or have sort using the T unit sold and T sales in descending order, and with the help of tmap, I have sent the output into the T DB output and saved it into the table called financial sample. So if we run it, so the output should now be available here on financial sample with all the columns and also the values. So yeah, that's it.